Susan, are you trying to cause problems?
Probably.
Never.
Why not?
How are you doing today, Susan?
Oh, good. It's a little warm in here.
Yeah, I can't control that.
It's downstairs, controls it, right?
No, the thermostat doesn't. I can't reach it.
Oh, okay.
So, can't reach it from here. Nothing I can do about it.
So you were out, we were gone. We were all gone for about a week.
Yeah, we took a little time off. I had a scheduled vacation time, and everybody else just stops working.
It was somebody else's fault other than the TV station.
Always is. Yes. All you AT&T subscribers out there can thank your network for upgrading its tower, which is adjacent to our tower. And the techs don't like to be up there with broadcast signals blaring in their face, because it can actually hurt them. So we have to
Oh, really?
turn signal down or off.
I didn't know that.
Yep, that was what was
I was
going
trying
on
to figure
last
out
week.
why the AT&T had anything to do with you guys.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 towers all right there in a cluster, and there's probably a dozen or 2 dozen different people on all those towers that are all using some sort of space. And when you get too close to each other, there can be interference. Or if you need to work on one, you may have to turn the other ones off if they're too close together.
Huh. Okay, I learned something today. Cool. All righty.
Alrighty, what do you got for us today? What are you going to teach us?
This is Jelly Roll. They call it Jelly Roll Race. I'm going to hold this quilt up. This is a finished one from one Jelly Roll. Do you remember what a Jelly Roll is?
Mm-hmm.
What is a Jelly Roll?
It's a cookie that has jelly rolled up in between layers.
Actually, what it is 2.5-inch strips.
Yep.
And this is one, I don't know, we can't see the whole thing, but this one is,
That's a good sample of one.
that's the 2.5-inch strips. And this was joined together on the bias, and I'm going to teach you how to, these joints right here on the bias. And there's 2 ways to do it, but we are going to have a Jelly Roll race at the shop the 4th Saturday, which is the 24th at 2 p.m. So everybody get your Jelly Rolls ready. And I ran off, left my Jelly Roll sitting on the table, but what it is the package of 2.5-inch strips, and they come with about 40 to 42. This had 42 in it, and it ended up being with 6.5-inch border and a little first border and a second border. Ended up being 62 by 74 inches, which is a good sized twin. And you can come and do the Jelly Roll race. We'll teach you how to do it, and then we'll go on your marks, get set, go, and we have prizes. We have prizes for whoever joins all the pieces first, and whoever joins all the pieces last. So we have prizes for last and first, and a whole bunch of prizes. And
So if you're just average,
Potluck.
you're out of luck. If you're just in the middle.
if you're lukewarm, well, there's a bunch of different steps, so you still have chances.
Okay.
Yes. So anyway, there's that, and that is the overall quilt. And first of all, I'm going to show you 2 different ways to join them together. So let's go over here to the close-up.
All right.
Nope.
There we go.
There we go. Can we see okay? These are strips, and these are not 2.5. They were just used for you.
Just for samples purposes, right?
Right. Education. So there we go. You take one and draw a 45-degree angle.
At the 2 intersection points, you connect them.
Right. And then we would lay them down, and you sew on that line.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're joined together like that.
Do you have to trim that triangle off?
You trim the triangle off with scissors. Quarter inch more or less. I just whack them, and you don't have to measure that, because what you're going to do, this is one of the times in quilting that you press the seam open.
Okay.
And can you see you press that open there?
Mm-hmm.
And the other way to join them together, and some people like that depending on how they like their quilt to look and the design element, you just take 2 strips, sew the seam, and open them up. Press the seam open. And usually in the jelly roll race, what we do is we just finger press them open because we're doing the race thing. There's a couple people that get really OCD and they just say, well, I'm going to go to the iron. But that's two different ways to join them.
So this is the straight.
And on the bias, or some people call it mitered. My arm in the way here. There we go.
I got it.
So those are the two ways to join them, and that's on here. I'll put one right over here near the. See where that's joined there. So that's the different ones joined. And then we're going to go to this poster. Let's go up over here. Yeah. Okay, that's basically showing, this is it in the way. Here we go. This is showing you how to do a jelly roll race. First of all, up here, let me say wrong hand. There is your, with the fabric, so these little squiggly lines means there's more fabric out that way. But you've got 40 to 42 pieces, 2.5 inches wide, so you can either buy a jelly roll or have us custom make you one or make your own. But you need to come to the race, you need to come with 40 to 42 pieces that are with the fabric. Do you remember what width the fabric is? Selvage to selvage, about 42 to 44 inches. And then here's what we just showed. You're going to sew all 42 together in one big long, you'll have a little pile down below you, but you're going to sew them all together, end to end, either on the bias or miter or on the straight. So you'll have 42 all hanging out down there below. You take one end and you cut off a 10 to 18 inch piece because you don't want all the joints to be in the same place because then it won't look right. So on the end, one end, whichever end you want to, just cut off 10 to 18 inches off of that. Just whack it off. And then you go over here and
What's the cut for? 10 to 18, is that the start of the first run?
That's the very first run. That's the only time you do that.
Okay.
So you go over here and you have two of them and you lay them down, you put them right side together, fold them over right side together. And this is showing two. This is one end and the other end. And this down here is showing all this pile down below on your floor by you. And occasionally you get to the very end over here and you have to untwist on the very end. But that's okay. That happens in the jelly roll race. It's kind of fun. Sometimes people get a whole bunch of twists and get kind of a little bit upset, especially the OCD ones. So you're going to sew them together, right sides together, and then you'll have a strip that'll be half as long as your original strip, but it'll be too wide. And this down here, we may need to go to the close-up on this. It's a little bit.
All right.
Let me see if I can get, there we go. So then you have two strips, and you get the ends, and you put them together, and then you'll have 4. And then you put a 4 and take their other end, right sides together, put them all together, and you'll get an 8. And then you do the same, take the 8 and the other end of the 8, put it together, and you'll get a 16 wide. And you take the 16 wide and put it together, and then you have your finished 32 strip wide piece.
And if they're 2.5 inch strips, they're about basically 2 inches a piece finished, right?
That is correct. You
So
got that math
64
perfect.
inches wide,
Right.
which is close to a twin.
Right. And then you put whatever size of border you want, or 2 or 3 or 4 borders, whatever you want to do. So it's a good size when you get done. And it's fun, and we have all kinds of giggling and laughing and food and company and food fun and frolic, right?
Yep.
And that will be on the 24th at 2 p.m. at Hyderhangout. And I do need people to call ahead. Just say, I think about coming or I am coming, and we're going to do potluck like we usually do on our Quilt Till You Wilt night. So, bring something. And, of course, we always have the plates and the silverware and all that kind of stuff there and ice. But call us ahead so we make sure that if you need to use a classroom machine, we have the classroom machine set up, or a space for you to have your machine. So call ahead and let us know. I'll probably put it on the site as a class sign up, but no money cost. There's no cost to it. Just bring potluck and come and have fun. It's
Nice.
one of those fun things.
That's cool.
And,
What else you got?
well, those of you who have been around a little bit know that Amy Grant is coming to McMinn County High School on the 17th of June. And WTNB has some tickets that they're doing contests and giveaways and stuff. And here, look.
Yeah, that's
here's-
coming up here in a few days. That's presented by the Athens Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, that's next Saturday. And we have 2 tickets at Hyderhangout donated by WTNB. And we're doing a drawing. So you come into the shop, you don't have to buy anything. Just come in, fill out the little paper, and every time you come in, so you can come in 4 times a day, come in and fill it out if you want. I love to see people, so I don't care if somebody comes in 4 times just to.
Surely not.
But we will draw ours at end of day on Wednesday, so that will give everybody time to do, give me time to get the person.
Okay. And we've
And,
got a few more as a station, too. We're going to be pushing those out on the Facebook this week.
Cool.
Announcing it on our shows and giving them away via Facebook.
Well, that's cool.
So if you can't win Susan's, because there'll probably be lots of people popping in there for a free chance, keep an eye on our Facebook page, too.
Yeah. And I'm excited. I think I've got my husband talked into going. He's a workaholic, and
Oh,
I
yeah?
said, yeah, that's Saturday evening.
Well, she doesn't
At
perform
6.
much anymore, but I don't really follow her, but I don't really hear much about her performing, so this should be a good show, especially
Yeah.
if you're a fan.
That's true. That's
So,
very true.
Susan, if someone wants to come by and enter for this and they don't know where your shop is, where would you tell them to go?
Well, if they know where the courthouse is, they can go
Mm-hmm.
by the courthouse in the South End Road, which is the one between the courthouse and the bank. Just go towards Ocoee 3 blocks, and we're on that street there.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Which is what street first?
First Street.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the catch, there's a park, and then we're on the other side of the park, and that's First Street Square. Or if you find the museum, don't turn in the museum parking lot, turn the other direction, and then turn right on First Street.
Or like I always say, go to the museum, buy a ticket, see the museum, and then when you walk out, you'll be looking at Susan's
Right.
shop.
And when you walk out,
And then you just walk a block
block over, and yeah,
and
That's true.
go enter for some Amy Grant tickets,
and see some of our beautiful stuff we got in the shop.
grab some jelly rolls.
That's true.
Yeah.
Turnovers, candy bars.
Cool. So this sounds like a fun competition. I bet it would be a frenzy.
It's fun. It is extremely fun, and there's a few people. I remember last time we had one that said, "I can't win anything." I said, "Oh, you want to bet?" And so she won something. And
You should make the prize actual jelly rolls. Like go get some Little Debbie's.
that might be cool, but actually the people who are doing this like quilting stuff. So it's fat
Well, the prize is
quarters
you
or-
basically have got 80% of a quilt knocked out
That's true.
in one night. And how long does it take an average?
The
An hour?
last Jelly Roll race we had, the first person finished up to the 32 strips all sewn together within about 45 minutes.
Okay.
So it's a frenzy because everybody's sewing like crazy. You hear all these machines, zzz,
Yeah.
and people say, "Oh, I ran out of bobbin," or all these fun things. And I couldn't sew very fast because I was laughing so hard because everybody was it was a frenzy and it was fun. And it is good for beginning quilters. We do have a few beginning quilters that have just finished class. We also have a beginning quilting class starting. Oh, I can't remember now if it's a Thursday evening or if it's a Tuesday. I think it's a Tuesday evening. Yes, it's a Tuesday evening, the last Tuesday evening of the month, and it's an evening class, so it's 5:30 till about 8.
Okay.
Because we flip-flop between evening and daytime classes. And then we've got a bunch of other classes coming up, too. So I'm excited, and it's don't forget, Row by Row. The 21st.
Tell us about Row by Row. 21st.
21st. And I've got all 3 of my rows ready. Not all the kits done for the main one, but they're in progress and hope to be done by the end of this week. have to be done by the 21st, which is what, next Thursday?
Yeah.
Wednesday or Thursday, anyway. But, and then I have 2 guest speakers coming, the 19th and the 26th. So.
Who are they? Surprise guests?
The 26th is information about a quilt show that's coming up in North Georgia.
Okay.
And the 19th, as long as she's still available, and I'm pretty sure she still is, and she's talking about some charity opportunities down in Chattanooga area.
All right.
So
Well, you got, as always, it's busy over at the quilt shop.
Oh, yeah, real
Right.
busy. And somebody can come in and just sit and hang out, and we had Stash Buster Club last Saturday, and we have, so go to the site and look and see the calendar, and the calendar right at the moment is actually caught up except for a couple things not on there
Okay.
yet.
And we're working with you to try to get some episodes from these, I believe, in your hands so that you can.
We're going to put them on Facebook instead of having a link to YouTube.
Okay.
We're going to have them on Facebook. The guy's coming on board today,
Okay.
and he's going to be working on getting my Facebook page a little bit
Spiffed
more
up.
Spiffed up. That's a good word.
All right.
Because I just throw something on there and hope it gets us.
Yeah. Most
Feel
people
like
do.
a juggler.
Most people do. So.
I
Well,
did
thanks.
finally get the YouTube, the Facebook Live thing instead of sideways. I figured it all out.
Hey, that's a rookie mistake. I did the same thing. Everyone does it. Everyone. So it was good to see you there, see those videos, and people can find those on your Facebook page too, right?
Right.
The quilt show
Right.
live check-ins that Susan did. So if you want to see some of the vendors and some of the things that she got to see over in St. Louis, check out Hyderhangout Facebook page. So anything else?
No.
All right. Preview for Friday.
Friday. You almost didn't know what day it was, did you?
Well, I remember that we had to bump it to Wednesday one week because we had to.
Yeah, you started to
nix the
say
Friday.
Wednesday. But,
Yeah.
I don't have Friday planned yet.
That's okay. We always look forward to the surprise.
Yeah, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and go, aha!
Uh-huh.
And you ought to be glad I don't text you and say, I know what I'm going to do Friday.
I'm glad you don't text me.
Of course, you may have the phone on ignore in the middle
I do. I
of the
have do not disturb for nighttime.
night. You do?
I do. Yeah.
Good. Some people don't understand that. And I have a couple of exceptions, but it's not my regular customers. But then also sometimes I have insomnia and I answer the text in the middle of the night. So
Yep. Been there too. People are like, "Why are you responding?" I'm up.
insomnia is, you get a lot of work done when you have insomnia, but
Well, we will see you Friday. Thanks for coming in today, Susan.
yes.
And
And we hope Jay gets back okay.
we hope
Maybe
he
he has
does.
to
Yeah, we
jump
hope he
out
does.
jump out of a plane with a parachute or something so he
Yeah.
can get back.
Don't jump out without it. And don't forget to pop into Susan's store, register for Amy Grant tickets. Keep an eye on her Facebook page for some posts about all the events she has coming up. And then while you're on Facebook, jump over to the WTMB page and we'll have
They have
more chances to win.
You have so many neat things on WTMV.
Well, thanks.
You could go on your Facebook page and watch TV for 4 hours and not get everything in there.
Right. All right. Well, we'll see you Friday. And again, thanks for coming in, Susan.
Well, thank you for having me.